On tap for the afternoon, those highs are in the upper 90s. For the daytime hours in the IE area, expect sunshine highs in the mid to upper 90s. And for the afternoon in the Coachella Valley, sunshine high at 110. I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. Glad to have you with us. A lot of things going on in the world. What are you doing to be safe? I'm not going to lie. There's some things that I'm like, oh, no, not again. Usually we get these type of warnings in November and December. This is the one time it is summer. It is hot. It is, in some places, probably humid. In some places, you get married and a huge wave comes over from the ocean and says, no, no, no. That happened recently, right, Jesse? What's going on over there?
Oh my God, yes. There are like two stories that came out of Hawaii due to some severe waves. Uh, like I saw this one video where a huge waves were crashing over a two-story condo. That alone is just I can't even fathom because I've never seen waves that big before.
Yeah.
And this beautiful couple decided to have a wedding on that day. I feel so bad for them because the gods are telling them nope, and like everyone's just standing around the wedding reception, and they see the waves getting closer, and it wasn't until like the very last second when they all decided to run for it, when the waves crashed through the little barrier and washed out all their tables.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I thought, like, I looked that up and all it says is it's a swell. I mean, I thought, like, okay, that would be a tsunami. So I'm like, is there an earthquake? Something that we missed? But evidently, new. They're calling it a swell. And I would be like, I don't know if destination weddings are pretty like a thing, you know what I mean? And Hawaii is a great place to vacation. I saw a movie. What was it? It was a movie where they get married in Hawaii and all this stuff. Oh, duh, you saw it. Sonic 2.
Yes, I remember that. I remember that.
I'm not giving it a spoiler. I'm just saying there was a wedding that took place in that, all right? And there's a huge, like, everything happens all of a sudden, right? So that's kind of what I'm hearing from this. And it's kind of like, is it the right thing? Is it the wrong thing? You got to watch the movie if you haven't seen it, by the way. But yeah, I don't know how. Like, if you were there, would you say God is trying to tell us something? Because it really happened. Like huge waves. Like, did it cover over like a double-story condo or something like that?
Yes, it like those they had I think on certain parts of the island where the waves were big enough to go over a two-story condo, and two-story condo. Oh my God, that's crazy. We're in the desert, so I can't fathom a wave that I can't fathom a wave 3 feet big.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. I can't even imagine these huge waves crashing. I just so freak out. Just imagine you open your window and it's just whoosh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, every now and then when I'm like at the beach, I go, okay. I think I saw it one time where kind of like, where like it recedes. I'm like, okay, everybody go further north. I remember I had like a bad dream that happened. I remember just saying to everyone, actually a few dreams of like a tsunami, like Santa Monica area, and I thought, okay, what if this is a thing? And I always thought, if I were in the area, would I see it coming? Would I run the other way? Like people usually they look at like it recede and they go, "What is that?" Right? And they go into it, and then when it comes back, it comes at like a big rush or sometimes a little rush, and then you're like So I always go worst case scenario. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I just like when it comes to tsunamis, but. The fact that this happened at a wedding, I think they survived. I hope they survived, right? And it's just it got everything wet and it was like really big.
Yeah, it just looked like it washed them out. Everybody was fine. They moved back in time before anything hit them or anything like that. But no, this sometimes you just can't plan for things like this.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Planning. It's interesting that you mentioned that because a lot of people are planning for things that you just didn't think were ever going to happen. I told Jesse, let's not talk about it, and yeah, I'm going to try not to. I really, well, I don't know how to say it. I almost like, okay, what's the wisest thing to do? The wisest thing to do is just say this. Um, I feel like when we talk about the C word and the P word, people tune out. Does that make sense? So, how do we make people tune in, Jesse?
Hmm. I have no idea. No, I don't think we like to talk about it, but it needs to be talked about, right?
Oh, thank you for saying that. Okay, that's permission. Thank you. Okay, I was going to read these headlines. I'm going to leave very, very simple, very short, and very sweet because we want you to stay alive. Okay, that's the end story of what we're trying to say, and it's this: COVID triples across Europe. Some of the top headlines are COVID is up. Okay, and here in LA, which we happen to be in, Jesse knows because well he's in our area, and LA hospitals are up and not good. Okay, so they're talking about masks again, which I always say, I always have one around. I don't complain about it. I really just say, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If I walk outside, I actually, if I'm by myself or just, not in the vicinity of other people, I take it off. I'm against certain people just making it a what's the word, like a must have. But I always say, if you go to the hospital, what do you want? You don't want to get whatever they have, right? So that's a must have, right? That's mandatory. If you visit anybody in the hospital, that's the sad thing, man. When somebody gets coronavirus, you do not get to see them if they die, right? Like, or even sick. You get to see them after they're done. But I've buried already a few people, so I don't really like talking about that. But these are up in LA. Okay, so I will say this: for friends or family that have anyone sick right now, and there's a lot of people that are getting it, you gotta be ahead of it, and you gotta report it. B, if you feel certain things like shortness of breath, um, God, there's so many other problems that can happen. I've seen blood come up from one person that I remember talking. Well, I didn't talk to her. I talked to the other one, and then but we are talking about, I should say, and then that was bad. It just makes things worse. Okay, so without being all like doom and gloom, right? There are people that have long haul COVID. Okay, so there's that. So people feel tired around you, but they're like, no, I had COVID. Some people don't even talk about it anymore, but they're like, I've seen some that do that. Here it is. LA County confirms hospitalizations at LAC. Okay, and it says LA County confirms COVID hospitalizations at LAC USC medical centers as city reinstates masks. Okay, that's just out now. Okay, so that's new, by the way. Now, in one of the articles, it says, okay, they only confirmed 3 COVID hospitalizations. So I don't know what to believe right now. That's actually Fox News. I'm going to say that out loud. That's what they're confirming, okay? So there's some information all around. Now, there was a report that came out about hospitalizations going to be up in the next few weeks. They were already a lot, and they said that they expect more. That's just COVID, okay? That came out about a week ago. All right, so we're in that moment of time where it's like people don't want to mask up again when it's summer, right? People are thinking, no, I need to breathe. I need to be all right. I need to be, I would say, okay, and be alive, okay? So if you or someone you love is sick, try to make sure they quarantine. And if anything, make sure that they take care of it if they have shortness of breath or they say words that don't make sense and they're a little delirious or they start hallucinating. Those are some of the first signs you say, you know what, we need to. And sometimes in this one case, I tell you, even though she ended up, I hate to say this, but I feel like the care wasn't what she needed. Because her and her sister went to the hospital, but they went to separate hospitals. And our sister ended up all right, but with long haul COVID, okay? And they got it a second time. Okay, I have to say that. Because some families bunk together and some people just consistently get it. Okay, this one person got it the second time she died. And her boyfriend got it the year prior, but he died. So that whole year she kept telling her family, like, Is it worth living? And then when it happened, but she was only like 27, 28, right? So we're at that point where probably by October, November, there's going to be a few people that we thought we would have kept around, not around. They might be young, they might be old, they might be in the middle, whatever. So, A, be aware that this is happening, and B, just, does it hurt? Just a little mask. Just, we got through the first 2 years, right? 2020, 2021. We're here at 2022, right? Are we going to be safe? I say, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a little like, I hate saying this, but I'm going to say it because we said in 2020, Jesse was like, do we not? I was like, yes. I almost lost my job over it, not going to lie, of talking the truth. What I said, look, what if we're not over it, okay? And people were like, no, don't think like that. I'm like, yeah, but you don't understand statistics, and you don't understand the Spanish flu. You don't understand how these things happen. There's a lot of reporting of the opposite. A lot of people are like, do we, is this? And I'm like, okay, I kept reciting. My sister almost died of COVID, okay? She almost needed a blood transfusion. We saved her life, I don't get into fights with people. But I just say, okay, if you don't want to, that's fine. For me and my family, this is what we do, okay? Now in 2020, a lot of things happen, okay? Recently I've been thinking about it and I go, okay, I'm not happy that it happened, but it happened. Things happen, all right? Now, going forward, pox is the next thing, okay? But remember, we got pox and COVID, okay? So pox is getting worse in Europe, and it's here in LA, Orange County, San Bernardino, Riverside, Palm Springs, and surrounding areas of California, okay? So this is the neck of the woods. I tell Jesse, be careful, okay? I've already had one person say that they saw somebody at Walmart. No, yeah, at Walmart that had it. And she was like, no way, I'm going the other way, okay? She told my mom that, okay? Having said that, I will say this. This is one of those things where you say, okay, I want to keep my family safe and I don't want to get pox, okay? Because pox isn't, well, it's a combination of things. But it's not just like a rash, okay? Some people will think it's a rash, which starts off as a rash, but when it ends up like bumping, that's bad, okay? Some people get rashes. That's an allergy, or like if I rub up against like bleach, I get a rash. But these are different, okay? And it's highly itchy, okay? Highly itchy. Sometimes when I talk about that, I tell people that, they go, oh, I'm starting to itch. I go, yeah, it's just the mind kind of does that, so you gotta let go of that. But at the end of the day, you also got to make sure if somebody's infected that they don't give it to you, okay? And or if you get infected, you don't give it to someone else, because it is something they're going to not want to be around eventually. And if they know you gave it to them, or vice versa, you're going to be like, are you kidding me? It's not going to be fun. So please, please, please be careful out there, okay? Yeah, I'm looking at some other news here too, but it's this is one where Fauci is now talking about it as a thing, and Fauci at the beginning of the year was like, you know what, we're over COVID-ish, right? He was kind of like very positive, like, why are they saying that they're not over? There's so many new variants coming from other countries, that I remember Jesse was like, oh, there's from and that will probably be reclassified as 8. Talking to some experts out there and some specialists, and I'm like, is that gonna be a thing? They go, yeah, it might be. I said, okay, so the only way to say this is to say it, all right? Fauci says monkeypox could have capability of spreading much more widely, okay? When he says could, just replace that with it is. It's already spreading widely, okay? Way fast, okay? Now, is Ebola going to be a problem again, as that new one that we talked about? Yeah, I think it was yesterday. The answer is probably, because these things are starting to get out of control. And I would say probably in the next few years, they're going to say 1, 2, and 3 are the culprits of it, okay? At the base of it, it came out with alpha, beta, and delta. But in a I guess the best way to say it is this: they all are bad, but these ones kind of group up with other diseases that make them worse, and they make them airborne-ish. Does that make sense? So what I say with that is this: be careful going out. If you go out, be safe, and please, please, please don't worry about other people that look at you. Go, why are you like, a certain distance away from me? If you have pox, you're up against somebody, and or you have 1, 2, or 3, it may get into your bloodstream and it may spread to others. When you sneeze, people are starting to have cold-like symptoms. Okay, if you think about colds, usually June, July, and August is not a cold season. Okay, that usually starts October, November, December, February, maybe March. And March is usually like spring fever, like hay fever, like allergy season, right? We're in the dead of summer, okay? Jesse, I mean, how hot was it yesterday?
Oh my God. It felt like I was walking on the surface of the sun. It was where I am, it was like 100 degrees, so
Yeah.
it was not good. Like the moment I walk out of the building, I'm instantly sweating. It is not fun.
Yeah, I believe it, Jesse. I believe it. And so I guess my point in saying that is this: be careful along the way. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna make the whole show about that. But I do feel like there's some people that just are not listening, and there's some news outlets not covering it right, and those that are kind of like paying attention to the news are getting aware of it, but they don't know what to do with it. Some are reporting it's like a sexual thing. It's not like a normal STD. You can get it just rubbing up against somebody. You don't need sex to have it, because some people are like, no, I'm very, whatever. It's not. It's spread that way as well, but it's a skin thing. If you think of it as a skin thing, but it transmits from one person to another easily, then you understand it's like somebody with chickenpox, but it's worse than chickenpox, okay? You do not want to come across anybody with chickenpox within, honestly, like 12 to 14 days, okay? If they have an outbreak, you could get it. Now, if you had it, all right, if you had it, then you're more immune to it than not. That's chickenpox. No one's had monkeypox. And when you have it, it doesn't go away. Chickenpox goes away, right? Think chicken, little, right? Think monkey, oh no, right? Think gorilla, all right? Think like King Kong pox, okay? Like, I don't know if that works, but you know what I see? I mean, people think little monkey, just, you know what? I saw an article, it was interesting, and they showed, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it to get a little bit graphic in order to get into your heads. They showed a picture of a monkey, and they showed its butt, and they said, do you see the way that looks? It's all like bubbly behind a monkey butt. That's pox, by the way. It doesn't go away, Jesse. So have that in your head. If you've ever seen pictures like that, you go, is that why it looks like that? Yes. The answer is yes. Okay. So I'm not making light of it because I'm trying to get into the heads of people. Be safe ahead of time. Don't get mixed up with people that are unsafe, because you're going to find people that are unsafe habitually. They get sick all the time, and you do not want to get it, okay? I'm going to be very, very real about that. Nobody's saying that. They need to say that. Okay, we're going to take a quick little break. We'll be right back right after more of these messages. Stay tuned.
$10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the tax relief hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control, and in many cases get the breathing room you need. Garnished wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call the Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
Football season is back, and so is Steer the Line with Lou Desmond and me, Jeremy James. Join Lou and I, along with special guests, every Friday at 5 p.m. as we cover the latest in NFL news, fantasy football, and of course, our weekly Steer the Line game picks. We'll also do check-ins on our local LA teams and, of course, a deeper dive into Raider Nation. Fridays at 5 p.m. on 1490 KMET. Follow Steer the Line on Facebook and visit steertheline.com.
Out the door, in the car, off to work. The same old morning routine. Take a break and stop for hot coffee or latte and a fresh homemade cinnamon roll or chocolate cream puff. Donut Delight on Highland Springs Road in Banning is a locally owned family business with a friendly staff and customers who are always glad to see you. Get your morning off to a great start at Donut Delight on the corner of Highland Springs Road and Ramsey Street right off the I-10 freeway. Serving the Pass area for 22 years. Donut Delight is open at 4:30 a.m. daily.
Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions is now Beaumont Pharmacy with a new location at the Sundance Corporate Center. That's at the corner of Highland Springs and 8th in Suite 110. Of course, they still have Pack Your Meds. No more counting out the pills, dropping them on the floor. Oh, what a mess. And they have a full selection of pharmaceutical CBD. Wheelchairs, over-the-counter meds, you name it, they've got it. So if you're looking for the best and you want the best pharmacy, you go to Beaumont Pharmacy at their new location, 835 North Highland Springs, Beaumont Avenue in Beaumont, California, Suite 110. Give them a call, 951-845-8252.
Hello, listeners. This is Christopher from The Christopher Show. Hey, if you missed one of our shows here at KMET, don't worry about it. You can go to our webpage, and that's KMET1490am.com. Go to the homepage, click on the SoundCloud tab, and hear any show anytime you want.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Big shout out to Stephanie Reed out there who's tuning in. Also says, hello, happy editing and onset of product photography. Shoot for this glorious sunshine. Austin's busy day ahead. Saru tuning in. Thank you. Yasmin tuning in. And I know, Jess, you got a story over there. What's going on?
Oh, actually, I heard about this morning. I know you know about them. Have you heard? You know who the Blue Angels are, right?
Yeah. I've seen them actually perform.
Oh, have you? Yeah, they're amazing, right?
Yeah.
So the Blue Angels, the U.S. Navy's elite flight demonstration squad, has selected their first female fighter jet demonstration pilot for their upcoming.
Oh, wow.
Right? So, impressive for her. Lieutenant Amanda Lee was selected to be a FA-18EF demonstration pilot, along with Lieutenant Commander Thomas Zimmerman. A release from the Blue Angel states, while Lee has been selected, she will still need to complete an intensive 5-month training program with the Blue Angels. Obviously, you need some practice. You need to see what they're doing. But that's actually really, really awesome. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen them. It'd be kind of cool to see her fly.
Yeah.
And it'd be cool to get some more young women motivated to be pilots and stuff like this. It'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I agree 100%. I will say, it's fun to see those things happen. I know usually during the summer, I'm not sure if Huntington Beach has the air show happening right now, but they usually have a really cool one, and it usually happens, and I love the beach, but normally they have it every year. Let me see if it's this year. Later this year, it looks like the Pacific Air Show, September 30th to let's see, is that the one that's Huntington St. Beach? Yeah, there it is. But they also have the Wings over Camarillo Air Show, that's in California, so they got a few of them. It looks like September and October is what they're planning for. So, yeah, here it is. October 2nd, 2022, Pacific Air Show in Huntington Beach. But you can see them perform then, and you see a bunch of like, whoa, 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 like really loud planes. If you ever get to do that. It's an interesting time that they would choose October, because I remember them doing it in summer, which made more sense, but I don't know. Everybody's scheduling things late. San Diego Comic-Con's going on this week, I believe. Which, not gonna lie, Jesse, I wish you were able to go with me.
Right? That would be awesome. I'm surprised they're still doing it. I'm surprised it's not just like virtual.
Yeah, let's not ruin that for me. I'm just kidding. No, this is where I tell people, like, be careful, but so I'm not gonna lie. I have a reason I want to go, but it's actually happening Thursday to Sunday, July 21st to the 24th. So there's gonna be a lot of news about certain things. They did have one. I want to say when coronavirus hit in 2020, I think they canceled it. And then 2021, I think they had like a modified version somewhere. And then 2022, they're bringing it back. At least they're trying to bring it back. I will say, like, usually we get media passes. Their media thing was not working right. So if I do go, I'm not sure I will. I'll let you know. But you still got to be safe, right? So let's see if it's a thing. Here it is. Yeah. Some places actually giving away tickets for it. I hope they have tickets. I think they will. Worst case scenario, usually we get it as media, and then we get like first access to certain things. But there'll be a lot of news about certain movies, certain trailers, and there'll be certain video of it. So here it is. The orders of San Diego Comic-Con are requiring all attendee groups, including but not limited to exhibitors, staff, press, professionals, volunteers, and costume players, to wear an approved face covering regardless of vaccination status. Okay, so you gotta wear it. Okay, and I get it. They don't want to close down, right? They don't want to be that, right? It says, they said face covering should completely cover the nose and mouth. I say just get N95. Okay, just do that. They're around everywhere. They're really cheap now. Like you get a box for like $20 of 20, so that's $1 each. They fit. Make sure they fit snugly against the sides of the face and not have any gaps. Okay, all attendees are required, and this is interesting because I have a theory about this, and I want to ask people, but I kind of don't. When's the last time you got vaccinated? Because if you got it in the fall of 2021, you're really not vaccinated still. But they're still accepting those cards. So this is what they're doing. It says all attendees are required to provide verification that they are fully vaccinated, 2 shots, or provide proof of a negative test taken within 72 hours. Now, I believe, look, the tests are easy breezy. But you know how many people are going to fake that test? You know how easy it is to fake that test, Jess?
I'm guessing it's pretty easy.
It is. I don't know. Whatever. But I will say this. I have a test. I'll get tested because I want to go. It says you must download a health pass that will be used to quickly verify testing and/or vaccination status. All those who so verify will be given a wristband, which will allow entry. Now, I will say this. I did the Produced By conference, which happened at Fox Studios, and they did the same thing. I will say this. All it was a little like checkbox, like an honor system, and they didn't even check it eventually. So I was like, are you kidding me? Remember, Jess, you were like, I don't know, and this and that. I'm like, dude, just come. Don't worry about it. It was outside anyway. It was like, there was a little, and even LaGuerre was there, right? But they required people to wear the face mask inside, especially. So, and even outside, now that I think about it, they're like, can you please mask up? I'm like, yes, of course, I'm just drinking this beverage. But so that's happening. It says there are to be 3 wristbanding stations on site and 3 more scattered throughout downtown San Diego. The information does not indicate if testing will be provided anywhere on site. Negative rapid antigen test results are acceptable for health pass verification. You know what? Just buy one. Yeah, I might do that. I'll be like, see, there you go. And they're like, all right, good. Because I have the vaccination thing, but honestly, they usually look. And I don't know what the 2-shot thing is, because it's technically, like, if you didn't get the one in spring of 2021, you can still get the one of 2022. And, not 2022. See, that's how bad information's out there. Sorry. Fake news. Okay. The one of fall 2021, right? Many people got. But how many got the most recent one? Did you get it, Jesse?
I did not.
Yeah, a lot of people haven't, actually. And the only ones that have gotten it, from what I understand, are those technically? Well, let's put it this way. My mom got it, but it was only for 50 and above. Then they approved it for like under 5. What happened to the people in the middle? So I think somebody missed the rest. Or can you just go and hey, I want to get the most recent one. You know what I mean? It's like they missed it. Like they forgot to say, hey, by the way, everybody else can get it. So I'm kind of confused on that. Does that make sense? So, because it's the most recent one, I'm pretty sure they're going to get one coming soon, like in maybe fall of 2022. But if I ask people, I go, when's the last time you got it? It's usually at the end of, unless they're over 50, 2021. So I kind of want to know if you guys are kind of there in the same boat. Let me know, okay? Because I got questions that need to be answered. Anyway, you can go to San Diego Comic Con on Twitter. It's at comic_con. It says SDCC 2022, which that's the hashtag, is almost here. Get ready to attend by downloading Clear. You will need to use Health Pass to confirm health and safety requirements before entering the event. Download and sign up for free here. So that's an easy breezy way to get in. You get it, and then you're done-ish. But yeah, so I don't know. It's more of an honor system. I think people just do it, and then yeah, I don't trust it. Anyway, be careful if you do go. I don't know if I'm going to go, but if I do, I'll let you know. All right, people. We're going to take a quick little break. We'll be back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Frederick Penny of Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. I bet you're tired of hearing lawyer commercials. So just relax and listen to music for a few seconds. When you or a family member has been injured, call 800-616-4LAW or see us at pennyandassociates.com. See, that wasn't so bad.
When you want the best performance for your vehicle, think only of Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, right off the I-10 and 60 freeways. Check out Scott's complete list of performance products on their website at hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers can recommend ways for your car or truck to get better gas mileage and cut down on emissions. Need your car or truck to pass smog only? Go to Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont. Find out all of your questions on vehicle performance by logging on to hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, hdrinfo.com.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
Join Yvette Walker every Tuesday at 4 o'clock p.m. on KMET ABC News Radio, 1490 AM, FM 98.1, and Internet KMET TV for the Southern California Business Report. The show is dedicated to highlighting successful businesses and the individuals behind them. Yvette interviews the incredible people managing these enterprises that range from awe-inspiring sole proprietors to world-renowned organizations. The Southern California Business Report, Tuesdays at 4 o'clock p.m.
You're running out of letterhead. What do? Lithopass Printing. You need business cards. Now what? Lithopass Printing. Invitations to a wedding? Lithopass Printing and Banning is the answer. Lithopass Printing can provide banners, signs, and blueprints. Think of Lithopass Printing and Banning for quality graduation, birthday party, and baby shower invitations. Lithopass Printing also provides lamination, faxing, and photo prints. If you need it inked, make it Lithopass Printing. Lithopass Printing and Banning.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show. You're on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I'm sorry, I just saw an article. I'm not going to lie, Jesse. I thought it was like one of those, is it real moments in time? And it reads, and I don't know how you feel about this. It says, I don't even know if I want to read it. I feel like somebody's going to say, you know what? You guys are going down the wrong road here. It says,
Wait, okay, I need to know what it is. What is it? What is it?
You ready? Here it is.
Yes.
Russia says it's losing
Okay, that's obvious.
because
Oh, wait, because of... I don't know.
go with that. Sci what?
With... Social media slander. I don't know.
Okay, Russia says it's losing because Ukraine has experimental mutant troops created in secret biolabs. I'm gonna have to quote the article this is from. This is from the Daily Beast. Okay, because somebody's gonna say to me. I mean, let me read this. Let me see. I have questions on this. We're gonna go with the impossible. Okay, see if it's even possible. Okay, you ready? You ready, Jesse? I'm not gonna lie, man. Russia, you're trying to backstep in a really weird way. I'm not gonna lie, but you know what? There are some weird things out there. I'd be like, can I get some of that? You know, is it like a special steroid? Like, what's going on there? Russia has said there's a new explanation for why the Kremlin's plans for a quick takeover fell apart so spectacularly. I'm so sorry. Hold on. I need this, man, because I feel bad for Ukraine. It says because Ukrainian troops were turned. Oh man, this is real. They really said this into superhuman killing machines during secret experiments. Oh, of course they put us under the bus. You know what? Well, I need some of this. I think Captain America, come home. In American-run biolabs, of course. You know what? This is a new one for Russia. I've never seen this. I would see. I'm starting to wonder what, like. Okay, you know, let me read this. It says, let's see. Let me see what else is real on this. It was made Monday by 2 Russian lawmakers heading up a commission to investigate biolaboratories. Oh, come on. We get where you're going with that. You want to get into the you just want to get into the research center. You want to get some of their stuff. This is dumb. All right. So check it out, Jess. The claim was made by 2 Russian lawmakers heading up a commission to investigate biolaboratories in Ukraine. Konstantin Kosachev. Keep that in mind, okay? The deputy speaker of Russia's Federation Council, and Irina Yarovaya, deputy chair of the State Duma, touted what they described as bombshell findings from their investigation. Bombshell, Jesse. Bombshell.
Drop that news. What is it?
Testing of Ukrainian POW's blood, they claim, uncovered. I don't know how this goes biolab special. Wait, they're prisoner of war, and I'm so confused on this. And you say they're biolabs superhuman? Okay, wait, I'm so confused. They said they uncovered a range of diseases that suggest they were secretly experimenting on for military purposes. I'm so confused on this. You guys invaded Ukraine. What are you trying to sell there? Okay, pretty soon they're going to say Ukraine invaded and I feel some way it's kind of weird in the head. All right, so it says this. Yarovaya was quoted saying to reporters this, okay? And we're throwing it under the bus on this. I think we need to know this, all right? They said, and we see the cruelty and barbarity with which the military personnel of Ukraine behave. You guys bombed Ukraine. What part of you is all right, let me read this. The crimes that they commit against the civilian population, those monstrous crimes that they commit against prisoners of war, confirm that this system for the controlled creation of a cruel murder machine was implemented under the management of the United States. Oh, they're throwing us under the bus. You guys invaded Ukraine first. Does this make sense, Jesse?
No, actually, this makes a lot of sense.
How does it make sense?
This is just their explanation on why they're losing, because they don't want to lose to farmers who stole their tanks and stuff.
Oh, remember we were
looking stupid. You got to make the enemy look like they're monsters.
You know what? Remember we talked about this? We talked about the women, the grandmas who were taking up arms and they were training them before they invaded. I remember showing my mom this. I said, Yeah. It says those. It goes on. This lady goes on. Okay. It says, and those performance-enhancing drugs that they are still given in order to completely neutralize the last traces of human consciousness and turn them into the most cruel and deadly monsters also confirmed this. Man, talking about slanting the truth. My God, who got in these people's heads? Maybe there's like a translation problem. Maybe they said, you know, like, maybe this week in Klingon. I think that's what they're doing. It says, bizarrely, she claimed. Okay, I get it. All right, she's throwing hepatitis under the bus. The presence of hepatitis A antibodies in Ukrainian prisoners' blood was proof of an American biolabs conspiracy. That makes sense. Since a former health minister for Ukraine was a dual Ukrainian-American citizen who worked to acquire drugs for the treatment of hepatitis in the country. How does that make sense that they were like superhuman? Do you have to get hepatitis, then get treated, and then you're superhuman? Like, I get X-Men thought, like, you know what I mean? Like Marvel, Avengers, and, you know, like...
I'm like, does he think like they have like an army of like Captain America or Captain Ukraines over there?
Pretty much. Yeah, the Ukrainian... Oh, you know what it is, Jess? It's like that. It's like, did you see Black Widow? I know you did, like 20 million times, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay. It's like the father, remember? He was like, and then, you know, super spy mode, and then he was like, super like, come at me! He was super soldier, right? Think about it, man. That's how it starts. She says this, quote, it is quite possible that this was about testing these drugs on military personnel. Claims appear to be a new take on the biolabs conspiracy Russia's defense ministry has rolled out to try and justify the war. They're vampires, damn it! While the conspiracy theory dates all the way back to the Soviet Union, it has been amplified more frequently by Kremlin figures after the February 24th invasion, as Moscow's initial claim they invaded Ukraine in order to denazify a country led by a Jewish president failed to gain much traction beyond its own propaganda. I'm not going to lie, Jess. Somebody's going to take this and run with it. I guarantee it, right? They're going to be like, you know what? We can do this. It says it appears to be aimed at explaining why Russia's military setbacks have been put back by way of mutant Ukrainian troops. I'm not going to lie, man. This kind of makes me want to go and say, hey, yo, U.S., what kind of, like, stuff are you giving to them? And is it legal? You know what I mean? Like,
I am pretty sure the Russians have been doing far worse experiments over the decades trying to make monsters or whatever. Like, I remember reports about, what was it, them trying to bring the dead back to life.
I believe it.
And they were working. I saw the video too. It was horrible.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It was really old. It was. They weren't working in humans. They were working with animals.
Yeah, I don't want to see it.
That's why it hurt me more, because I was like, oh no.
Don't want to see it. I mean, at some point, and I'm glad they're admitting kind of defeat-ish, right? They're still bombing like crazy, and you know they're the ones. You know what? Technically, they do have an outbreak of mutant. When they think of how many troops they sent into, like, you know, what was it? And I talked about it, into the nuclear center, right? And they had them stay there, right? I now that's a mutation. I would go with that, but that was their fault. They said, hey, go invade that and stay there. It's like, that's radioactive. Why would you go there? Chernobyl, right? Why would you go there? Why would you stay there? We all know about Chernobyl. What is wrong with you? I mean, now people know where Chernobyl's at, but you know, whatever. So there you go. That's the story Russia's gonna stick to, and they're gonna sell it all the way through. Now, I will say this. Remember, what was that movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme? And he's like, you know, and him and that other guy that was from Rocky. I can't remember his name. He was in Expendables 2. It was like Super Soldier, I think it was called. It was good, by the way.
The movie you're talking about, God, I should not know these things. But I worked in a video store back in the day. So the movie you're talking about is Universal Soldier.
Yes! That's the one! And they were super soldiers. There you go. Boop, boop, boop. All right, so there you go. That's what I was sticking to. A Georgia man has been battling with a rental car giant. I'm telling you, these stories are real. For 5 months. 5 months. Over thousands of dollars in fees. which was only a one-day trip. Okay, have you rented a car anytime soon, Jess?
I have never rented a car. I wanted to, but now you're making me question things.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. He did rent it. It says here for a one-day trip. Okay, now Avis is saying this, that he kept the car 10 days longer than he agreed to. Right. Now, I will say this. Maybe he got a little mixed up because you don't rent it just for the day. You got to return that thing, right? That's a vehicle. It adds up. So I'm kind of going to go with the way of Avis on this one. Because at first I read it, but I read it like not all the way through. But I read it in this way. And I thought, okay, he has a case. But now I'm kind of thinking he didn't. But here it is, okay? They charged him more than $4,000 on what was supposed to cost less than $300. Now, a rental period usually is 3 to 4 days, right? If you keep it longer than that, there are fees that usually accrue, right? Like, let's say you get stuck somewhere, you don't return it, you need it, right? So if you kept it 10 days longer, well, I'm trying to do the math. Let's see. If you had 3 or 4 days, 300, maybe they did overcharge him. I don't know. Well, they reached out to a consumer investigator for help on this at the Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, which charged him that much. He said he disputed the extra charges. Avis representatives pulled the surveillance video of the lot at the airport and confirmed that he dropped the car off within 24 hours, but they still refused to refund all the extra charges. Oh, there's more to this story. Hagerman said he just followed the instructions when he dropped the rental car off at the airport in February. Oh, it was a clerical error. Never mind. I'm not back on the side of the guy. I'm so backwards on this. Hagerman said he just followed the instructions when he dropped a rental car off at the airport in February. It was supposed to be a $295 24-hour rental. That's high, man. It's just like $40, $80. That's high. What did he get? A limousine? Hagerman was bringing his brother's belongings back to Georgia from Chicago after he suddenly died earlier this year. Oh, no. That's terrible. Oh, so he needed it like last minute. Okay. He says, within 16 hours, we had returned it. Got it. Thank God for consumer investigators. 2 weeks later, Hagerman got charged $4,000 more than he was expecting on his credit card. Okay, I get that. I get that. Okay. They first claimed he had it 10 more days than what he had. So thank goodness they got, thank goodness for camera systems, right? And like date, time, stamp, and all that. He says the $4,000 they said, that's for the extra days you kept it. Avis claimed he kept the car for an extra 10 days. Oh, okay. But it's after he disputed that things got really crazy. Days later, Avis told Hagerman they checked the surveillance video and saw that he did return the car, but they told him they still were going to return half of his money, charging him more than $2,000 for the 24-hour trip. Okay, got it. Okay, so I was right about saying, yeah, they ripped him off. He says, it's theft. He says, they're just stealing money. That's all it is. I'm not going to lie, man. He has a case. He should sue. He could probably get more money on this, yeah.
Right? He should definitely sue. I mean, it's on camera that he returned it, and they're refusing to refund all of those fees. I would sue them.
Yeah.
It's the only smart thing to do.
Yeah, it says on top of that, weeks later, Avis sent Hagerman a letter saying they were adding another $450 charge because the car was allegedly dirty. Avis, you got to get a handle on this. Either the manager there is wrong or someone's wrong, but they got to do the right thing and just, like credit it, man. Don't even take it further, okay? The fact that you got this on camera, him returning it, within a 24-hour period, you're obviously wrong. A, you shouldn't even charge that much money. Unless, of course, it's like a Jeep or a truck or like a Ferrari, maybe. And B, it must have been like maybe a holiday thing. Yeah. But right? Like, it makes... So here it says, Hagerman... Oh, they did the right thing. This is why I should read articles all the way through. Hagerman got his money back Monday. Sorry. Avis did do the right thing. See, they issued a statement But it's again because this investigator, because super investigator did the right thing and went and searched it and said, "Hey, hold up." And then they made a news report. I'm telling you, some things don't get fixed until you do a news report. It says based on a review of events. Okay. They said Avis Budget Group has contacted Mr. Hagerman to apologize. We have refunded the cleaning fee and tolls and adjusted the rental fee. Okay, but that was a lot of like, right? So I guess he had to go next level, report it, and then like get somebody to go get the camera thing. Yeah, that is theft. That actually is. I still think you should sue it. It says a VP at the company called Hagerman promised to pay back everything, including his credit card interest. That did happen. Wow, credit card interest too. Wow. Hagerman said this has been so frustrating because while dealing with the family tragedy that they rented the car for, he had to spend 5 months battling Avis. Oh my God, this happened that long ago? Is this barely getting fixed? Yeah, you should sue. I would say no. You guys have more money than that. You guys took advantage of me. The fact that it went that way. And the only way it got fixed was it was actually a dues. I can't say that dues because it wasn't us. We don't do that. Sometimes people send me things. They go, "Can you fix it?" I go, "We're not that guy. We don't have the manpower for that." I'll send Jesse. No, just kidding. Jesse was strong arm. Give me that camera. All right, Jess. What's going on over there?
We only got about 2 minutes left, but let me talk about this story real quick. I remember we talked about it about a year ago. A TikTok challenge called the Blackout Challenge.
Yeah.
Where they would try and like choke themselves and pass out.
Yeah.
Last year, a 9-year-old passed away. Very sad. Now, unfortunately, they're suing TikTok for their daughter passing away due to trying to do a challenge on the app.
Yeah.
I don't even know how they would win. Like, how would you win that?
Man, it goes back to the Tide Pod challenge. Man, I thought it could. You know what? I think if anybody said when did the end start, it started with the Tide Pod challenge. The fact that people started to think that was real and actually did that, we entered the generation of dumb. Some people thought. I say this. I think it happened when people thought the Earth was flat. I think it was like seriously. It's like the moon is round, but the Earth is flat. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. They actually made some interesting statements. I go, you know what? I will try to see your view, but I got a question. Do you know what planets are? Like Venus and Jupiter and Saturn? They're round. Come on, man. Don't go back to Christopher Columbus, who set sail for the ocean blue and got lost along the way. That's dumb. Don't be dumb. You know what? That's my motto for 2023. Don't be dumb. Be smart. Okay?
I can people seeing taking that challenge. Like, don't tell me what to do. If I want to be dumb and jump off this building, I will.
I will see that happening, man. It's like, don't look up, right? Don't look up. Don't look up. Look down. Put your head in the sand. Don't get boxed. All right, people. We're going to take a quick little break. We'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same channel. Make it a great one. Bye.